alterations Celtic can make. They've been unlucky to have Pierre Van Hooijdonk a little bit struggling and only able to come on as substitute. Andreas Thom, a risk at the start of the match. He had to go off midway through the second half. This is Grant. McStay, good play in midfield. Grant now driving at the Rangers defence. Pierre Van Hooijdonk's in space. Back it comes to Grant. Well, trying to steer that in, going for accuracy rather than power.
Once again, the approach works good, but they just cannot penetrate this Rangers back three. They've stood firm all game. Little side foot from Grant, but no trouble for Gorham.
Jury playing it back with Cleland. Collins fouled by Jury. Free kick to Celtic. Here's Collins. Burnley now playing through the centre. Pierre Van Hooijdonk under pressure there from McLaren. McStay picks up the loose ball. Vata free on the right. McStay again. That's for Vata. Good position for Celtic. Now Paul McStay, a great save again from Gorham. McStay can scarcely believe it.
Well, that must go down as the save of the match. Tremendous save. Good play from Vata as the cross comes in. Goff plays it out. First time from McStay. And unfortunately, we missed the save of the match from Gorham.
Well, let's see it again here.
Here he is, shaping up McStay. Tremendous volley. A fantastic save from Gorham.
Certainly going right into the corner. Boyd up with Jury. Good challenge made by Grant. So Celtic trying again. The heart's perhaps broken by that save from Andy Gorham. Grant forward, here's Paul McStay. Now McLaughlin. Donnelly, McLaughlin. Caught there by Goff. Goff's been booked, remember. I think simply late there. No real malice in this. So, free kick to Celtic. Can Pierre Van Hooijdonk capitalise on this? Rudy Vata is there also.
Well, it's got to be a special effort to beat this man, because he's been outstanding tonight.
John Collins also there. Van Hooijdonk. Again, it came off the wall. He's not pleased, the Dutchman. Trying to swerve that over the wall. Well, Gordon Jury jumping there to get his head to that. He did well. So, a late opportunity now for Celtic to equalise. Tosh McKinlay. Headed away by Gascoigne. There comes Boyd, and up and under. And Goff not to know. There was lots of time there. Goff and McLaren going for the same ball.
It's not the first time Richard Goff's done that. Come across, gone over the top of McLaren. McLaren's quite capable of heading the ball. Doesn't need Goff there.
Let in by McKinlay again. Terrific handling by Gorham. Been an outstanding performance from the Rangers goalkeeper. So you've got to name a man of the match tonight, Trevor?
Yes, that man who's just caught that cross there. Hasn't made too many saves in around the 6-yard box, but he's made 2 or 3 exceptional saves from outside the box. And that last save from McStay is, for me, the save of the match. He's been outstanding, so he's my man of the match tonight.
So Andy Gorham, the man of the match. Well, goalkeepers can win matches, that's quite clear. And Andy Gorham has demonstrated that perhaps tonight, unless Celtic can produce something. Well, a bit of refreshment there for the Rangers goalkeeper. He certainly had to do some work tonight. Just a couple of minutes left, plus injury time. There's Gascoigne. Laudrup stepping away from McLaughlin. Quite happy to take the ball for a run at this stage. Goff will play it all the way back to Gorham. Tom Boyd challenged there by Jury, both former Chelsea players. Good pass from McLaughlin. This is Collins. Goff goes across. Good play by Collins. Now McLaughlin again. Collins getting the ball driven across. McLaren at full stretch with a header. Laudrup couldn't get away from Boyd. Now Rudy Vata. Stay under pressure here from McLaren, resisting it well. Back with Grant. Now Hughes in the final minute of the match. Can Celtic conjure up an equaliser? McKinley, Donnelly allowed to turn. Well, he was given time there, but once again Celtic having to shoot for goal from outside the penalty box.
Yes, they're shooting from outside the box. Hasn't been particularly good tonight, apart from McStay. He's brought the best two saves of the match from Gorham. First half, McStay's right foot, brilliant save from Gorham. And the save 5 minutes ago kept it at 1-0 for Rangers. As I say, the save of the match.
Well, the second's ticking away now. It looks as though Rangers are in the semi-final of the Coca-Cola Cup. Or are we in for a dramatic finish? Injury time to be added. We're into stoppage time now. The Celtic supporters beginning to leave the stadium. Kevin Hoydonk looking for someone on the left. There's no one there. Tosh McKinley has not advanced. Here's Jury. Well, that's good running by Jury, the fresh man. Cross it comes to Gascoigne. Possession retained well by Rangers. Into stoppage time now. We've had half a minute of that. There won't be a great deal to add on. Rangers seeing out time here, and they're going to be told to retain possession. Well, McCoist and Hughes clash. It's the last incident of the match. Andy Gorham, arms upraised. He is the man who's ensured the goal from Ali McCoist was good enough to win this quarter-final of the Coca-Cola Cup. The goal coming in 75 minutes. Created by Charlie Miller and Paul Gascoigne. Finished by Ali McCoist, the man with the golden touch. The Rangers supporters, heavily outnumbered, celebrate. Gascoigne savours the moment. The Rangers supporters being greeted by the players on the field. They've made it in the end with their only really clear-cut chance of the second half, having passed up perhaps half a dozen in the first half. Celtic contributing hugely to a thoroughly entertaining match, but they leave with nothing. A smile on the face of Andy Gorham. Trevor Francis is man of the match for his outstanding saves. Laudrup was a problem for Celtic all night, but the vital breakthrough was made quarter of an hour from the end, and that's why these Rangers supporters continue to celebrate. It's been a very fine match, a lot of good football, one or two heavy tackles as you might expect, but the Rangers supporters savouring this moment. They've won at the new Celtic Park, and it's Rangers who go through to the semi-final of the Coca-Cola Cup. A lot of good performances, Trevor.
Yes, I think that Celtic a little bit unfortunate second half. They wanted to team Hoydonk up with Andreas Tom. Eventually the moment arrived, but within a couple of minutes Tom was off the field, and of course they'd already sort of brought Walker off, so Van Hooijdonk was left up front by himself. I think though that the cutting edge was certainly missed by Celtic, and that man McCoist, how many times has he done it? He was the difference tonight between the two sides. He was the man that could put the ball in the back of the net, and I think overall Celtic played some outstanding football, but it was McCoist that's won the match for Rangers.
So the man who scored the goal and the man who saved from Paul McStay, together with Davy Provan.
Andy Gorham, you are Trevor Francis' man of the match. A 1-0 victory tonight. Do you think you just about shaded it, deserved it?
Doesn't matter at the end of the day. I think the result's more important than the performance. Doesn't matter how you play as long as you get a result. I think that goes for both sides. I'm lucky enough we got the result tonight.
What was being said in the Rangers dressing room at half-time? Because despite Celtic having most of the possession, Rangers had made the better chances but hadn't converted any.
That's what we thought. We were getting chances. At the end of the day, one of them must have gone with the amount of chances we had. I've never seen half where we've had so many. So, luckily the bold boys got one.
Ali, it's a huge result for you, is it not, coming off the back of the Bucharest match?
It's a tremendous result for us, Davey. I think it was a very, very important game, obviously, for everybody involved, especially being a cup tie and stuff like that. And as you rightly said, I can't remember playing in an Old Firm game where with so many chances in the first half. It was unbelievable. But as you say, rightly so, Celtic had a lot of possession, but we felt we could just convert one of the chances. Unfortunately enough, we did that in the second half, and my man had a couple of unbelievable saves late on, so we're very, very pleased.
Well, predictably, it was you who separated the sides tonight. You're the man who grabbed the goal. Paul Gascoigne, I think, is the man you would want to thank for the cross.
Yeah, I think we can see it here. It's a tremendous ball from Paul. He just cuts out the whole defence and puts it over Gordon there, and another header. Very, very pleased to see it go in.
Just for the distance?
Just my distance, actually. Any further out, we might have been struggling there. But get in there, on you go. Pleased with that.
Sets you up nicely for the rest of the season, does it not?
It really does, because, I mean, the Celtic lads, with all due respect to them, they'd started very, very well this season and some great results. And with the two lads up front, they looked as though they were capable of scoring goals against any opposition. So it was an important game for us, and it's a big, big hurdle that we've overcome. But a long way to go, yeah. It's got the shapings of it and making it a great season.
Thanks, lads. Well done.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Good luck.
Not for the first time, a goal from Ali McCoist separates the Old Firm. 1-0 to Rangers. They go through to the last four. We'll get the thoughts of Stuart McCall and Charlie Nicholas when we come back.
From the home of sport, this is Sky Sports.
Tonight at 10.
The thought of going to prison really scares me.
Rutger Hauer comes in from the cold.
You're signing your death warrant. It hurts.
Arctic Blue, tonight at 10, Sky Movies.
What do you see? A black man?
A Frenchman?
Or a footballer?
Is it okay to shout
racial abuse at me?
Just because I am on the football pitch? Some people say.
We have to accept abuse as part of the game. Why?
I know that violence is not acceptable in sport.
So why should we accept hatred?
Why argue about
differences?
I'd rather play football.
Starting tomorrow and every Wednesday in The Times, read Interface, the new 20-page information technology section. Interface reports on how your world is being transformed at work, home and play. Plus your chance to win one of 5 multimedia PCs. Interface, the new technology section in The Times.
English? Oh, no.
Coca-Cola.
Yes, Coca-Cola. I'll have Coca-Cola, sir.
Sorry, this is a hardware store.
The first age of telecommunication allowed us to communicate, but only with words. Now, we're entering a new age of communication, in which telephones will transmit words and pictures, making the wonders of the world visible to everyone, everywhere. Every child will be able to read every book.
Can you hear me, love?
Doctors and teachers will share their knowledge with everyone who needs
a large bore needle into the chest, below the clavicle, beneath the 3rd rib.
Is that supposed to be me? And every conversation will take place face to face.
You got a kiss for your daddy?
And eye to eye.
In the winter, they fly south. Roger Black, Steve Redgrave, Colin Jackson, to the Australian Institute of Sport. Everything here is dedicated to the development of world-class athletes, even their diet. So together with Kellogg's, they created Sustain, the first cereal designed to help meet athletes' nutritional needs as part of their balanced diet. Light multigrain flakes, juicy sultanas, delicious apple and almonds. High in complex carbohydrates with controlled sugar and salt, essential vitamins, minerals, and iron. Sustain, designed for an athlete's body, good for everybody. New Kellogg's Sustain.
What's happening? What's new? What's going on? UK Gold this autumn. There's drama.
Charlie, you know what's going on.
Rose, we are running a surgical ward and not a jumbo sale.
With Casualty and Angels. Capital City.
What's going on?
We break all the rules and still make money.
I thought you would both be in bed.
El Dorado.
Pardon?
Carla Lane's Butterflies.
You could grate cheese on my hands.
Minder.
Takes you right back to the war, eh?
What you doing here?
Danger UXB.
Cool. Just doing my job.
Get on. With UK Gold this autumn, it's prime time all the time.
This is Runsil Quick Drying Wood Stain. You can't miss it. It comes in a tin with Runsil Quick Drying Wood Stain on it. It protects and it's rainproof in about 30 minutes, which means in about 30 minutes, your wood's rainproof and protected. So if you've got wood to stain and you want it to dry quickly, use Runsil Quick Drying Wood Stain. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
England tour of South Africa. This November on Sky Sports.
Welcome back. 1-0 to Rangers at Celtic Park tonight. Ali McCoist, the goal scorer. Look at those attempts at goal from Celtic. 21, 9 on target, 10 from Rangers, 4 on target. It's tremendous. 31 in total. 18 corners. It didn't half move. Smashing match. 3 booked, all of them from Rangers. And the possession doesn't matter as far as Rangers are concerned. 45% over the 90 minutes. The ball in play only 57, nearly 58 minutes from 91 and a half. First half action areas couldn't have been tighter. Second half, Celtic had a real go at it, as you can see, but they lost 1-0. McCoist separating the teams. And here is the winning manager, Walter Smith, with Davey.
Walter, predictably it was fast and frantic, but it's Rangers who go into the semi-final draw on Thursday. What did you make of the 90 minutes tonight?
I felt it was a very tight game, very close game. The first half, we probably had the better opportunities to go ahead. Second half, probably Celtic had, mostly territorial advantage, and we didn't look like getting a goal that we maybe looked like getting in the first half. But away in a good cross, after a corner was cleared and played back out to Paul Gascoigne, and a good cross, and a finished by Ali McCoist.
Well, predictably, Ali McCoist, he's done it again. So many people have been writing him off. What is his value to Rangers? Well,
I think over the years he's shown his value. He's a natural goal scorer. He's an instinct that very few players have, where to go in a penalty box. He's found himself clear. A lot of people would say he was lucky, but he works for all these things. And well picked out by Paul Gascoigne, a good finish.
He came down to the dugout and exchanged a few words with Archie Knox in the second half. What was concerning you there?
Well, I felt, we weren't putting the same pressure on Celtic's backlot as we did do in the first half of the game. We weren't getting forward nearly enough in the second half of the game. Celtic were allowed out with the ball, more or less up towards the edge of the penalty area, and we were giving them opportunities to get the ball into the box, and I felt that we could do better in terms of getting people forward.
The sweeper system that you're using this season appears to have given David Robertson a new lease of life. He arguably was your best forward in the first half. Are you convinced now that you've done the right thing with this system?
Well, it's early days for that one yet. I mean, it has to be shown that we can go on and win things with that system. But there are players who benefit from it, and David Robertson, I feel, is one of them. He has scored twice already this season, and could have added to his tally tonight when he was on. Unfortunately, had to come off because of hamstring injury. But I think it's been a big benefit to him. He enjoys the scope that it gives him to get forward.
Big result for you tonight, wasn't it?
That was a very big result for us. We're under a wee bit of pressure at Rangers at the present moment, and it was good to get a result here.
Thanks, Walter.
Thanks, David.
We'll get the thoughts of Stuart and Charlie in a moment, but elsewhere tonight, Bolton 1, Brentford 0. All these Coca-Cola Cup second round first leg games, of course. Richard Sneek separating the sides at Burnden Park. Bradford 3, Forest 2. Lars Bohinen in the 90th minute for Forest. That could be significant. Bristol City 0, Newcastle 5. Cardiff 0, Southampton 3. 2 for Letizia there. Crewe 2, Sheffield Wednesday 2. 2 for Rob Edwards for Crewe. Hartlepool 0, Arsenal 3. 2 for Tony Adams. Huddersfield 2, Barnsley 0, Leeds 0, Notts County 0. All the details, of course, in the Sports Centre immediately after this programme. Oxford 1, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Shrewsbury 1, Derby 3, 2-2 between Southend and Palace, 1-1 Stockport and Ipswich, 1-0 Tranmere and Oldham, Watford 1, Bournemouth 1. How about that at Selhurst Park? Wimbledon 4, Charlton 5, 3 for Lee Bowyer, Wickham 0, Manchester City 0. Charlie Nicholas, you said you thought the first goal would win it. Bang on. Did you expect Rangers to win it then?
I felt it was really that tight. It was hard to call, to be honest. But what Rangers have done for me at the start of this season is defended supremely well. Andy Gorham, the man of the match tonight. For me, Richard Gough was absolutely outstanding again. First half, they definitely had the best of chances. Celtic dominated a lot of the game, but they defend ever so well, Rangers, especially under pressure. And I've seen them do that so many times, and especially McCoist.
I'll have to keep you quiet for a moment, Stuart. We're going back to Parkhead and Tommy Burns with Davey.
Tommy, clearly you're disappointed with tonight's result. Do you feel you might have earned more out of that match?
Well, bitterly disappointed because it's Rangers, and that's always a big or a hard one to swallow. But I think over the piece we were the better team. We played very well. Went a goal behind very much against the run of play. It's a bad goal from our point of view, to be honest. But the one thing that encourages is the fact that the players never panicked at all. We just kept getting it, kept passing it. And Gorham's had a couple out of his world saves, and probably that's the difference.
How much of a blow was it losing Andreas Tom after you had withdrawn Andy Walker?
Yeah, it was a bit obviously a problem, Dave, when you lose somebody who can win you the game. But to be fair, the guys went on. Pierre done well, and Wee McLaughlin looked very sharp when he went on as well. McStay, I felt was absolutely magnificent. So I feel there's a lot of plus points for us, and very encouraged by the way the team's starting to pass the ball about now. But we know we're 1 or 2 short yet.
Is it going to be difficult to lift the boys for the rest of the week?
Not at all. I think obviously because it's Rangers, you're very disappointed to lose the game and everything like that. But we've got to take heart from the way we're playing and the way we're passing the ball, and that is the most pleasing thing for me. And as I say, once we get maybe a couple of players short, we get them in, then I think things will be a lot better.
Are you saying that a couple of signings are imminent?
Hopefully, Davey. But we've been saying that for a while. But no, I feel that we're making good progress.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, David. Now, Stuart, apart from the result, what was the big plus for you then?
Oh, major result. Like Charlie said, the defence. Although Celtic had a couple of efforts second half, they were all from long range. McStay's great shot, Collins' free kick. I thought Gough was outstanding, as Charlie said. His tackle on Hoydonk. There we go.
That's from Collins, the free kick right at the start of the second half. That really set the pattern then, didn't it?
Yeah, the Celtic were on top second half without a doubt. But
here's the challenge you were talking about.
That is an absolutely magnificent challenge.
It's come from nowhere.
That is. Having said that, Andy would have probably saved it the form he's in, but
you wouldn't run the risk though, would you?
No, brilliant challenge, and that was a turning point.
And here comes the goal, which we've seen once or twice. It owed a lot to Charlie Millett and its creation there. But how about this ball from Gascoigne?
Yeah. 2 great passes. Charlie, as I said, he tried to bring it down, but played a great ball out to Gascoigne, and that is just superb. And couldn't get a better. He was on the end of it. But that's Coisty. That's not looking. That is knowing where to go, and he's been sniffing out all game. He's been waiting for a little half chance. Superb result for us.
Charlie used to do it for Celtic in the same way. It must be great when you've got an out like that, and you know, no matter how quiet he's been, that's just a sniff.
I think that's his 19th goal, I think, against Celtic, which is absolutely phenomenal. And like I say, a major result for Rangers. There's a bit of unfair criticism going around after the European result, and I think even some of the Rangers supporters were a bit negative going into this game tonight. But as I told a few yesterday, back the lads, they have done it tonight, and like I say, for Rangers, that is an absolutely major result for us, and a good performance.
Do you think you'd have won it at Ibrox?
Well, we said before the game, we always seem to do better at Celtic's ground. So when the draw was made, everyone's going, oh no, it's away at Parkhead. I think the boys were quietly confident, because like I say, over the years, Celtic have played a lot better at our place. And, we did it again tonight.
Not being disparaging here, Charlie, but have you ever seen an Old Firm game with so much football played in it?
No, it's one of the best I've seen for a long time. The midfield especially was so open. You see, I think there was something like 51% in both halves, all in the midfield area, but there was was a few tackles flying around, but nothing that we've seen in Old Firm games before. Gascoigne had time. I thought McStay was outstanding for Celtic tonight. Miller was running at people. There was a lot of great things happened in that midfield area, which you very rarely see in an Old Firm game.
And heartbreaking for Celtic when they did find a way through. They ran into Andy Gorham, the man of the match tonight. And this must rank, maybe not just the save of the night, but as good as we've seen all season, eh?
Yeah, it's sensational. McStay was outstanding. He's hit the second one tonight, which he thinks is in. And Gorham, it's not just the fact that he saved it. He gets his left hand is all the way around that ball, knocking it right round that corner. You see it? I mean,
it needed to be round it too, didn't it? The power it was hit with. Anything else would have taken him out.
As you see from behind the goal there, it was going right in the corner. So he's actually had to be very agile, and you know, people have mentioned his knees before, but he certainly got across tonight. 2 great saves.
And from the corner shortly afterwards, when he did have to spring, I must have thought for a moment that was going over. But is he back to something like his best, if not his best now, Gorham?
I don't think he's ever been away from it, to be honest. Although he's had his injuries, ever since he's come back from his injuries, he's been magnificent for us. He's just been superb. I played at Everton with Neville Southall, and I never thought I'd see a good as keeper again. But Andy has been absolutely superb. But you put him in that class, do you? Definitely. In training and everything. There's only me that can beat him in training. So it must be good.
Well, I would expect you to say that, to be fair.
No, it's been absolutely outstanding for us.
Plus points for Celtic, Charlie. What can they take away from that game tonight?
Well, I agree with Tommy. I think the progress in the passing game, which Celtic are famous for, is looking good. It's looking, I think, exciting, and I think the fans will take that from that also. McStay's performance in particular for me tonight was outstanding, and it's nice to see him back in that frame of mind.
Yeah, we were talking a little earlier about how solid was the rebuild at Celtic. Plainly not right yet, as Tommy Burns was saying. 1 or 2 little bits and pieces missing, but nearly there, surely.
Yeah, I think getting there. I think once they maybe start getting this passing game that they've got going, they're starting to believe in. When your players they start to believe in the method that you're producing, then you'll get results through it, and Celtic will gradually get there.
Well, that's Rangers through to the last 4. Let's have a look at the other ties and maybe get 1 or 2 pointers from the boys. Airdrie against Partick, Dundee against Hearts, Motherwell against Aberdeen. I was going to say who's coming through, Stuart, but that's probably unfair. Maybe we should ask Charlie that.
Yeah, well, I think, again, they're all fairly tight. For me, Airdrie are a great cup side. They always upset everybody, and I think they possibly could go through to the semi-finals. Dundee and Hearts is tight again, but Dundee are going well. For me, Dundee, because of the home territory. And Motherwell Aberdeen is going to be a tremendous game tomorrow night. That's just going to be a sensational game, I think. And it's a toss of a coin, to be honest.
Does it matter to Rangers now?
No. Like I say, I mean, they said it there. It was a major result for us tonight. And a big blow to Celtic. If we'd gone the other way around, it'd have been the same. But I'm going to take my old mate out here for a few beers and celebrate in style.
Well, that's a first.
That is, you drinking beer, you're right.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink beer.
But that sets Rangers up nicely then. On course.
Yeah, like I said, there's been a lot of criticism of the European thing. Big game against Hibs in the league Saturday, and then Dortmund next Wednesday, which hopefully we're on a roll now and we can keep going.
And working from that, as you said, that solid defensive base.
That's been the platform this season. We've conceded no goals.
How far away are those that aren't playing at the moment? Haley, for instance.
Haley, I think Big Mike's still got a month. He'll be out for a month. Trevor Stephen maybe a month as well. Ian Ferguson's almost, he's playing a reserve game tomorrow night, I believe. So there's going to be good competition for places again.
It's frightening strength, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's why in particular you see Tommy Burns always on about he wants to boost his squad and his team in general, not to particularly let anybody go, because Rangers have had that depth for so long. They've had so many bad injuries, but they've come through it with the squad alone.
Is there a trophy for Celtic again this year?
Well, now they would probably have to wait until May before they're going to find out that, but I think they're going to be close. I think, to be honest, if Celtic were to go out and now say that they could win the league, they would gladly give this cup up. But it's all about the league championship, really, for Celtic more than anything else.
And that remains your priority, presumably, Stuart. 8 in a row?
That's right, yeah. 8 in a row, and obviously better performances in Europe, and hopefully we can go a bit further.
Well, thank you both.
Pleasure.
Don't drink too much beer. He can't afford to put as much pounds on it.
I can now, 1/2 the bonus. I hope.